That light worked this morning.
Y'all people always got an excuse. I stepped out, calm, collected. I'm Marcus Jefferson. My mother was Chief Grace Jefferson. Ain't that the loudmouth who used to bark orders like she ran the whole damn force? Thought she was better than the real cops. Jasmine gasped. My blood boiled. Well, she's dead now, huh? Looks like karma clocked out. Phones were out. Bystanders were filming. Brennan strutted toward the third vehicle, where my disabled nephew Elijah sat, wearing his neck brace from a recent surgery. What's wrong with this one? Looks like somebody ran over a turtle. Please don't touch me. Everyone out. Hands on the car. You too, Grandpa. He pushed Aaron, my teenage son, face first onto the pavement. I didn't do anything. You don't treat grieving folks like this, boy. Show some damn respect. What are you gonna do? Roll over me? That's enough. You're being recorded. We'll have your jobs. My name is Marcus Jefferson, and let me tell you what happened at my mother's funeral. The hearse moved slowly. Too slowly, it felt. Not because of the driver, he was doing his job, but because I wasn't ready to let go. We'd lost Mom last week. Grace Jefferson, retired police chief, our lioness, the kind of woman who commanded a room and left everyone better for it. She had spent 34 years wearing the badge with pride and pain, battling racism from within the department while protecting a city that didn't always love her back. Growing up, my sister Jasmine and I had everything we needed. Our parents weren't rich, but our home was filled with love, structure, and pride. Dad was steady as a mountain, quiet but strong. Mom, though, Mom was fire. She'd come home late, still in uniform, and sit with us to help with homework before crashing for 3 hours of sleep. When Dad died unexpectedly of a stroke when I was 17, Mom didn't break. She doubled down. She worked longer shifts, made our lunches, paid for tutoring, even stood outside the prom in uniform just to make sure Jasmine got home safe. Now, on this warm June morning, we were taking her to rest. Our convoy was 12 cars deep. Family, friends, officers who once served with her. Even Miss Loretta, Mom's oldest friend from the academy, rolled behind us in her black pickup with a bouquet in the passenger seat. I was in the lead vehicle, just behind the hearse. Jasmine sat beside me, red-eyed and silent. My sons and nephews were in the third car. Uncle Pete followed with Granddad in his wheelchair strapped in. We reached Maplewood and 16th Street, 10 minutes from the cemetery, when the flashing lights hit us from behind.
You gotta be kidding me.
No sudden moves. Let's see what this is. 2 cops got out of the cruiser. One tall and thin with a crooked smirk, Officer Kyle Brennan. The other, stocky with a buzz cut and neck tattoo, Officer Davis. License and registration. Formation's illegal. Taillights out. Step out of the vehicle, boy. Officer, we're part of a funeral convoy. My mother, yeah? What, another Queen of the Hood? Should have called a tow truck instead of blocking traffic.
That light worked this morning.
Y'all people always got an excuse. I stepped out, calm, collected. I'm Marcus Jefferson. My mother was Chief Grace Jefferson. Ain't that the loudmouth who used to bark orders like she ran the whole damn force? Thought she was better than the real cops. Jasmine gasped. My blood boiled. Well, she's dead now, huh? Looks like karma clocked out. Phones were out. Bystanders were filming. Brennan strutted toward the third vehicle, where my disabled nephew Elijah sat, wearing his neck brace from a recent surgery. What's wrong with this one? Looks like somebody ran over a turtle. Please don't touch me. Everyone out. Hands on the car. You too, Grandpa. He pushed Aaron, my teenage son, face first onto the pavement. I didn't do anything. You don't treat grieving folks like this, boy. Show some damn respect. What are you gonna do? Roll over me? That's enough. You're being recorded. We'll have your jobs. Take it up with the mayor. If I knew it was a dead cop, I would have stopped you all earlier for entertainment. After the cops humiliated us for a while, Miss Loretta came and intervened, and they let us go. We finally got to the cemetery an hour late. I couldn't hear a word of the eulogy. Couldn't even register the folded flag. Rage had settled in my throat like a stone. After the burial, Miss Loretta pulled me aside.
Those two devils don't know who they messed with. Grace would have buried them alive in paperwork.
They called her names, mocked Elijah, shoved Aaron, and they laughed while doing it.
Then let's make sure they never laugh again.
Turns out, Mom had been archiving files for years before her retirement. Reports, testimonies, recordings. Loretta and I opened her old lockbox. In it, we found Brennan's name. Seems Mom had already been compiling complaints about him. Within days, we released the video of the traffic stop. It hit 200,000 views in just 3 days. Then we dropped Mom's files, buried cases, internal racism, whistleblower memos, former Chief Grace Jefferson's funeral disrupted by aggressive, racially charged traffic stop.
This is systemic. This is deep. And it's not just about Brennan and Davis.
The department suspended them, pending investigation. That's when Loretta called in a favor. She had already come up with an idea to humiliate the 2 officers, and she'd run it by a few friends.
We're holding a Veteran Appreciation Day. Self-defense class, PR stunt. Let's invite Brennan and Davis.
Let me guess. Curtis?
Oh, Curtis knows. He said, I'll handle it like it's laundry day.
We rented the gym, invited the media. The officers arrived cocky and smirking. Let's show these geriatrics how we do it in the streets. The veterans introduced themselves, calm, disciplined, none more imposing than Curtis Bones Wilder, 6 feet 5 inches, ex-Navy SEAL, as quiet as he was dangerous. What Miss Loretta wanted was for the 2 officers to be beaten so badly. Time for volunteers. Brennan and Davis strutted up. Bet you can't handle 2 of us. I will fight Brennan while Lisa will fight Davis. Let's do this, guys. What happened next was art. At the self-defense event, Curtis Bones Wilder handled Brennan. With surgical precision, he blocked Brennan's punch, slammed him to the mat with a judo sweep, then delivered 2 sharp knees to the side. Brennan flailed, but Curtis caught him in a chokehold until he tapped out. Meanwhile, Sergeant Lisa Tran dismantled Davis. Davis charged like a linebacker. Lisa sidestepped, launched a blinding series of roundhouse kicks to his ribs, and ended with a spinning elbow that sent him collapsing. The crowd erupted as Davis lay coughing on the floor. What a spectacular display! Totally real, folks. He broke their hands.
Accidents happen.
Still feeling tough? Both were laid out, groaning. News crews applauded, thinking it was a staged performance. What a spectacular display. Totally real, folks. Within hours, the footage of them being demolished went viral. Bro got karate kicked into retirement.
Isn't that the racist cop who mocked a disabled kid?
Curtis for mayor. This was Miss Laretha's way of getting back at the officers, and it worked. They were both humiliated. Afterward, Brennan and Davis tried to sue, but 2 separate videos surfaced with names and dialogue. Look at this little crippled turtle, he sneered, pointing at Elijah. All these ghetto freaks crying over a whore with a badge. Should have cremated her in a trash barrel. Just get home, bro. You're good. Don't let me catch you again, huh? You people always got an attitude. On the ground, monkey. But I didn't. Shut your mouth and eat the concrete. Brennan and Davis tried to sue, but they had signed a waiver and had come as volunteers, so they lost. To make things worse, 2 videos surfaced in court showing them acting irrationally. The world saw who they really were. When the footage reached the department's upper brass, Commander Ellis, a hard-nosed black veteran who once served under Grace, called a press conference. Officers Brennan and Davis are a disgrace to this badge, to the uniform, and to the city. They're fired, effective immediately. Neither officer could find work after that. Their hands were broken, their records tainted. They moved to a distant town, rented a 1-bedroom apartment, and tried to disappear. But the internet doesn't forget. Local kids recognized them and pointed them out on the street, laughing and whispering, "That's the dude who got wrecked by a grandma." Their punishment wasn't just physical, it was permanent. They moved 2 cities over, renting a tiny 1-bedroom apartment. But the internet doesn't forget. Kids would point on the street.
Aren't those the cops who got beat up on YouTube? My mom said they used to work here until they got wrecked by an old man.
Their lives were over. Thanks for watching.